Hey everybody. Sorry, I'm still getting a few things touched up here. For some reason it's not going full. There we go. Going full screen on this. Oops. Helps if I actually share the screen. Let's try this again. And that looks like the right one. Yep. Okay, that works. I'm really enjoying the new screening setup I've got going here. Sorry, let me transition here. Since it's all set up, if I'm feeling lazy and I run up the last minute, it only takes me a minute or two to get things in position. All right, so we were ready to do move 20 last time. Hey, Gwen, nice to see you on. Yep, I saw that Ian's going to go live in about an hour. So, yeah, I understand if people are bouncing in around, but I want to braid, and since I've been trying to commit to only braid on stream, so need to have some time. And with as many people on YouTube as there is, you're going to conflict with some people sometimes. All right, so we're starting with move 20. So we're going to exchange 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed, and we're doing no exchanges and no shed reversals on the left. I think I've seen their stuff occasionally. Okay, so sword is in my lap. All right, let's see. Needs to be a little better angle there so you can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, no worries about that, Kumihimo Steve. Replay crew is always welcome here. Okay, so we're exchanging 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Hey, Philip Martin. So 1 goes up here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6. Seven, 8. 9, 10, and 11. That one needed a little bit extra assistance. Okay, and shed 1 is reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. There we go. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm roll that one a little bit more. Hey, American Dreamer, nice to have you on. Welcome to the stream. No worries on lurking. So for the updates, let's see. This one needs a bit more unrolling. Nope, it doesn't need unrolling. I grabbed the wrong one. I need to grab from the top because it's the second move on this side. There we go. I knew something looked weird. Anyway, and on the left, it's no exchanges and no reversals. So don't have to actually count out loud for this one because it's looks like I had one jump a pin here. Let's put it back. So I've been trying to get testing to see if I have attention deficit. And I've scheduled appointments with 2 offices. One of them is in March of next year. The other is in September of next year. Apparently in my area, they are really backed up for testing. All right, so I am staying on both lists, and one of them even mentioned that they were more than happy if I did this, being on multiple waiting lists, as long as I let them know if I get an earlier appointment that I'm going to go with instead of them. So, but both of them apparently have a lot of changes on their scheduling. So if you were on the list, they might call you well in advance of that to come in for appointments. So that's what I'm planning on doing. All right, and this one passes through over to here. And we are ready for move 21. As things are going, currently we are about 5 weeks out from potential monetization. Okay, we're going to exchange 1, 5, and 17 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. And we're doing no exchanges and no reversals on the left. So, yeah, 1, 5, and 17. So there's 1. So this Sunday, I had my in-person, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, live Constable continuing education class that I need to maintain my Constable certification. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. It was an interesting class. I believe I passed with 10 out of 10. At least all the questions made sense, and I figured I didn't have any issues with them. So 1 on the top, and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I also Saturday did a 4-hour online course for Constable Continuing Education. I think it was crisis intervention. So, and it was like de-escalation, crisis intervention. No, it was crisis intervention and de-escalation. And then I have one final one for this year that is legal updates. So any changes, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. So any updates on how I'm supposed to perform constable duties will come through that. You know, any changes in the law that have happened since the last time they did illegal updates. That's where I'm supposed to get that information. All right, no exchanges, no reversals on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that means I will. What is that one? There's like a loose thread. All right, so it looks like it is just that one jumped over a bit. There we go. Let me just make it look good there. So once I get that passed, I will be recertified through the end of 2024. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Though when I do my Constable Firearms Continuing Education class, aka qualification, next year, if for some reason I fail that, I will immediately lose my firearm certification until I can retake the class and pass it. All right, we are ready for 22. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 5, and that's it. Shed 1 is reversed, and no exchanges, no reversals on the left side. All right, let me catch up here. All right, no worries on that. Spinning, applying cotton and bamboo together. Yep, that I can definitely see that taking both hands. I wish you good luck in that. Thank you. So, and I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I did when I took my firearms early this year. I was able to get a perfect score for both firearms. All right, so 1 and 5. Let's go ahead and unroll that one a bit. So there's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we are almost done with the heart and sparkles and working our way down the key. And just shed 1 is reversed, so 1 on the top, and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. Tomorrow's going to be a quote-unquote fun day at work. I've programmed a job that's been done in the past, but we haven't done it on this particular machine. The only one we've got that's capable of handling it. It's going to have like a 5-inch saw blade cutting on the underside of the plastic where it's held down against the vacuum to make an undercut. And just, it should work. I don't see any reason it won't unless I screw something up. But it's going to be tricky and have to pay close attention to make sure I don't screw up. But we'll have to see how it goes. Work's been slowing down a little bit. I'm hoping it picks up soon. It sounds like got a bunch more jobs that are going to be coming through the pipe relatively soon, so that's a good sign. I got the additions for my warping frame that I want to do programmed in. Now I just have to see if they'll let me include it in with run where there's going to be like a little bit of scrap left over, and hopefully it'll be large enough that I can fit it in the scrap area, and that way stuff that would ordinarily be tossed I can actually use, so that's good. Hopefully a good sign. All right, we are on to move 23. On the right, we're doing 1, 5, and 17 again. Shed 1 is reversed. On the left, we're exchanging 1 with no shed reversals. Thank you. Material cost for this particular braid. I did spend like $700 on the silk, but the silk is good for probably the next 14 to 20 braids for each color. I don't know how often I'll use each particular color. The white's likely to be used a bit more often than the blue, and some people might go for a blue I have on hand. But broken down, it's probably about maybe $30 to $40 worth of actual silk. The D-rings are probably, I get like about 20 of them in a pack that's like $10, so it's about $1 worth of the D-ring, and everything else I had on hand. So, okay, all right, so 1, 5, and 17 on the right, and yes, I did complete the move entirely. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Though if they counted the shorts in my time and I had qualified, or I'd changed my location in time for the before they locked it out for my location, I would have qualified for the lower level monetization program as of today. All right, so 1 is reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to have to come up with a couple designs for Kurt for his braid. I've been suggested bee-fish. I've also was thinking his channel logo. If we do the bee-fish, it's going to have to be yellow and purple if we're going to do the channel logo match, or his channel logo would have to be in like yellow and black or whatever. So if we combine both of them together, of course we can do just one or the other, whichever color scheme he prefers. All right, we're exchanging 1 on the left with no shed reversals. So the current schedule is Dani, and then Legal Vices or Larry Correa. If I can get a hold of him, I'm hoping that the next time he's on Nick's show, I can catch him for whether or not he wants a braid done. But I think I can get both of them done before I go to the convention in MarsCon in Virginia that Larry Correa is going to be at. I don't think I'm going to be bringing any braiding stuff there. I might bring a Maradai, but I kind of doubt it. It's just going to have to go there, relax, meet people that share similar interests in literature and reading, and hopefully get to meet Larry. You know, probably in a signing line. I doubt I'll actually have any one-on-one time with him, even if I do get the braid done. I know he's busy, and I'm not going to be that guy that tries to talk somebody's ear off when they need to do something else. I have occasionally interacted with him online, so he may recognize me in that context. And I'm moderately good friends with one of his Facebook group moderators, so possibly. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, Catherine. That's very kind of you. Possibly. I mean, there's only so many two-color combinations you can do that's not a university, which I think is actually the null set there. So, at least in the color palette I have. All right, so we are ready for the... Oh! Sorry, yawning there. Even taking Provigil, it's... I still get tired in the evenings. All right, so we are on to 24. We're going to exchange 1 and 5 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. We're exchanging 3 on the left, and shed 1 is reversed. All right. And 1 and 5 on the right. Let's unroll that a little bit. There's the 1. And there's the 5. So I've got to get a grip on my executive dysfunction and get some stuff taken care of over the next couple of weeks. I need to get my shop in a little more order and start doing stuff in it. All right, so 1 is on the top and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Which means I'm probably going to have to get another camera so I can set it up in the garage. Because now that I've got the 2 cameras up here, it's a pain in the butt to take one out to the garage and back. 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. I did set aside some nice 1.5 thick high-density polyethylene aside that was ready to be tossed in the scrap heap. So we're exchanging 3 on the left. So 1, 2. And those I'm going to try and make into a wax cylinder mold. Wax cylinder mold for a friend of mine who needs it as a lubrication accessory for his chainmail link shears. And 1 is reversed, so 1 on the top, and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I need to get a couple of Taka-Dais made. I've got an order for 1. I need to make 1 for my wife, and I need to have another one at least to sell. So 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. My roommate wants to do some cloisonné enameling, so I need to make sure she's got space for the kiln and stuff in the garage, which I think I can get a reasonable amount of that done this weekend. I'm not doing any overtime due to the low workload at work. All right, we're ready for the next move here. And on to 25. We're going to exchange 1 and 5 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. On the left, we're exchanging 3 and 5. And shed 2 is reversed. All right. Let's see. And I need to get my desk in order, make sure I'm caught up on all my bills, because, not paying bills is not responsible. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Thursday, I got to leave work a couple hours early to get down to the sheriff's office to pick up my license to carry firearms, because my current one expires at the end of this month. And 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And while by statute I'm exempt from needing one as a constable, not all police officers are aware of that fact. And if I'm out of uniform, or even if I'm in uniform, I don't want to have to explain that to somebody on the side of the road, when having a license to carry with me would resolve that issue, because they're used to dealing with those. And I really don't want to spend a couple weeks in jail maybe, and spend a lot of money to go to court and have them say, oh yeah, you're okay, you didn't do anything wrong. So 1, 2, and spending $26 and a couple hours off from work is more than worth the insurance for not having an issue with it. Though interestingly enough, we have what's called Act 235 here, which is basically for certification to carry a firearm for employment purposes. That security guards and people like that need to have. They've apparently ruled in the courts that, let's see, 1 on the bottom, and 2 on the top, and 3 on the bottom, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Well, they are authorized to be armed while they're working. Apparently, if they don't have a license to carry firearms, they can't transport the firearm between their home and their work. And 1 on the top, and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I screwed up the count there, so let's try this again. 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There, the checksum looks good. So yeah, I don't want to have to deal with somebody who isn't aware of the differences between the Constable and Act 235. Even though I could pull out the statute, it's just not worth dealing with the risk there. Which is a shame, but that's how it is. All right, so we're ready to move on to 26. We're going to exchange 1 and 5 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. We're almost done with the key here. On the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 5, and sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick. All right. Catherine, I am a constable. That means that I am elected law enforcement, though I'm at the bottom end of the law enforcement scale in Pennsylvania. I do have some police powers, but they're very limited. I can arrest with a warrant. I can arrest when I see an on-view felony, which regular citizens can. I can also do an arrest for a breach of the peace, which regular citizens can't necessarily do. I am Act 49 certified, which is the act covering constable training, which is 120 hours of basic training. And it's supposed to be 40 hours a year Con Ed, but it actually works out to about 28. They ran out of money from the Constable Education Training Fund. So our firearms certification, instead of being a 20-hour class, is about a 5 to 7 hour show up, take a test, and then shoot to qualify. The type of work I tend to do as a constable is I serve civil process for the local magisterial district courts, which is the lower level courts, kind of like a small claims court. They also handle all landlord-tenant actions start at the magisterial district level, even though they can get bumped up to the Court of Common Pleas, which is like your general criminal and civil court. So I do landlord-tenant service, and I do the occasional eviction. As a matter of fact, I have 3 evictions scheduled to do this Friday. Let's see. So, and it comes with a badge, which there's a story there. When I got elected originally, I wrote myself in and won with 100% of the vote. And I was telling my wife about what was involved with it. And she was kind of tired, and we were in bed, and we were talking and whatnot. And at the end of it, I said, and it comes with a badge, though I have to buy the badge. And her response is, what, are you 5? So it was rather amusing. But yes, I am a constable, not a municipal police officer. And I tend to work like about 5 to 8 hours a week doing that. All right. And yes, today is actually treating me fairly well. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy to be braiding, and there's no impending disasters. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hello, Lady Ninja. Nice to see you on the chat. All right. And okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I finished the moves. All right, so that looks right there. All right, so okay. All right, so I have not started this particular move. So if I'm moving 1 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is the correct configuration for the start here. All right, so we're going to exchange 1 and 5 on the right. Let me move that one there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That just looked weird from my angle for some reason. And come on, you can come entangled. There's like 4 of them here twisted around. Let's get those 2 untwisted. And there we go. All right, that's worth a comment, or worth posting up. Yeah. All right, so shed 1 is reversed, so 1 on the top, and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm hoping I can get, I don't know if I'm hoping, but I think it'd be interesting if I could get Legal Vices to include some Korean text on his braid, because I think it would be fun to braid that. I see other people who do Taka-Dai braids have occasionally some Japanese kanji, or I'm not sure which of the lettering sets, but I know I've seen some kanji. There's the simplified form that I don't remember the name of, unfortunately, right now, that I've also seen done as a Taka-Dai braid. That I'd think it would be fun to do. All right, so 1 and 5 are exchanged on the left. All right, here is the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the colors do match what we're supposed to do, so I know I'm on the right move. All right, oops, that one kind of split over a pin. There we go. And sheds 1 and 3 are reversed, so 1 on the top, and 2 on the bottom, and 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. There we go. And I think after this one, it's time for a coma slide. And 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. At least I don't seem to have made mistakes on this one, which is good. I was getting near the end on Rob's braid. I'd start, make a couple of moves, realized I'd made a mistake, and have to back braid for like about 3 or 4 streams, and that was frustrating. All right. All right, and we are ready for move 27. We're going to only exchange 5 on this one. Shed 1 is reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 3 and 7, and shed 2 is reversed. Let me catch up on the chat. All right. Okay, and okay, I think we're good here. Just see if there's anything I had to respond to directly. And yeah, it wasn't so much that I was a guy; it was that my mom was, or no, my wife was kind of responding like she was a mom talking to a little kid. Are you a kid? But yeah, it was funny. All right, so 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the right. And go. Looks good on the chart too. And before I do this real quick, I'm going to check and see if anybody's chatting on Rumble. Doesn't look like we got anybody chatting there. We got about 3 people watching. I'm up to almost $1 earned on Rumble. All right, so shed 1 is reversed. So 1 on the top and bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. And I forgot the coma slide. I'll have to do that after this one. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Also, I did hear that yesterday David McCallum passed away. Apparently, for a while now, he's been acting on NCIS, which is not a show I watch, but my favorite show with David McCallum in it is, let's see, 1, 2, Sapphire and Steel, that he starred in with Joanna Lumley. It was a 70s vintage British show, which was a take on the old time traveler tale, where a time traveler would travel, through time. But in Sapphire and Steel, time would travel through people, places, and things. And Sapphire and Steel were the ones who, among others, would have to go and fix it when it went wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There were other agents as well. There was Jet and Silver. Though in the opening sequence, they would very sternly warn that no unstable elements could be assigned where there was life. So obviously uranium is not going to be showing up anytime soon. All right, so 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 on the bottom. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We only had like 1 year with, I'd say probably about 20 or so episodes in like 4 or 5 different storylines. But I really enjoyed it. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. All right. And before I forget anything else, it is time for Coma Slide. Philip, that is probably right. I think there's 3 main writing systems. Kanji, if I remember right, is the more formal, more Chinese style, similar writing style. And then there's one that is like reasonably useful that you can do on a keyboard, and is easier to write and the like. So, and there's another one that's also fairly similar. But again, my knowledge is lacking since I've never actually written in it. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's more of a. It looks more alphabet than ideogram would be my comment on that. But yeah. Okay, that's the other one. Thank you very much, Lady Ninja. I appreciate that. I did read up on them, but it's been a while, and I've slept since then. Okay. Hey, I was able to share some knowledge too. But yeah, I am aware of kanji off the top of my head, but I know it's not always the writing system used, and my recollection is it tends to be more of a formal for more formal things. But all right, get my brain to function again. Okay. And okay, there we go. Bring that up, and yes, this is the move that's done. On to the next one. So we're moving on to 28. We're going to exchange 3 and 5 on the right, no shed reversals, and on the left, we're going to exchange 3 and 5, and shed 3 is reversed, and we are almost done with the key. And so 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. And there are no shed reversals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Sorry for the pause. My fingernail was kept catching on the thread. Just a little far forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The wave weave through worked on that. All that a little bit more. Okay, on the left, gonna exchange 3 and 5. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Oh, after I forgot, I lost track there. After Larry and or Jeff, the next person after that is going to be Kurt. So, and shed 3 is reversed. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And on the top, 1 and 2, bottom is 3, top is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. We're making pretty good time. It's been about 40 minutes, and I've got almost 10 moves done. That's a decent speed for braiding. And more importantly, I haven't made any mistakes that I've had to backtrack for. And we are on to 29. Going to exchange 5 on the right, no shed reversals. Going to exchange 5 on the left, no shed reversals. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're all back to white on the top, blue on the bottom on this side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. Looks like I need to trim some nails and file them a little bit so they don't snag as much. And as far as selling stuff, I've sold all the Taka-Dais I've made for sale. I sell a moderate amount of tamas, not a ton of them. I think once I get an online store set up for the tama, I'll sell more for them. I haven't really made any Maridai for sale, but I want to be doing that fairly soon. And I think once I can, kind of get over my executive dysfunction from my garage shop and just start working and producing stuff with it, I'll be fine, because it's essentially like what I do at work. I know I can do it. I have the skill set. I have the right equipment. I just need to actually do it. And that's the frustrating part for me. All right, so we're going to exchange 5 on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I haven't sold any braids, mainly because these braids, I don't know if I can reach the actual market for people who can afford to pay what they're worth. And I don't feel like selling them below their value, which is part of the reason why I make them as gifts / advertising to other people and or channels. All right, so no reversal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. To give you an idea, the retail value of Rob's braid is about $2,400. So, and there we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm sorry, I don't have, apparently until you get monetized, you don't have the ability to redirect your chat. So when I'm done, I won't be able to redirect you to anybody, but I do know that Ian is going to start broadcasting in about 15 minutes. All right, so we are ready for move 30. Okay, no exchanges, no shed reversals on the right, exchanging 7 on the left, no shed reversals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Depending on how fast the right side gets complex, I will probably be able to move fairly quickly. The left side looks like it's going to be a while before it actually picks up any pattern off the center line, so that side will go relatively quickly. This one's exchanged here. So 7 is the last one that we need to exchange so that we're all white on the top and blue on the bottom. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. And that key is all done. I think it looks pretty. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm not showing you what I'm doing. There we go. My apologies. All right. So on to 31. No exchanges on the right, no reversals. No exchanges on the left, no reversals. There we go. Now you can see. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But yeah, my work I'm enjoying quite a bit because I'm able to spend a fair amount of time programming. which is what I like doing. I also like machining, but hey, it's nice to find joy in your work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. I heard some interesting stories when I was from the instructor and from some of the other constables when we were discussing prisoner transport. While constables can do prisoner transports, I live in a county where about 30 years back, there were a couple of constables who really pissed off the sheriff's department and some of the police departments, and they decided they were not going to use constables for prisoner transports. However, the next county over, let's see, we are ready for move 32. All right, we're going to exchange 5 and 7 on the right. Shed 5 is reversed. On the left, no exchanges, no reversals. Next county over decided that they were going to use only constables for their prisoner transports and are apparently as a county saving about a couple $1 million a year doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is exchanged. Though constables are kind of heavily underpaid because our fee bill was last updated probably about 40 or 45 years ago. So 5, 6. If we did courtroom security, they're authorized to pay us $13 an hour. So yeah, you want to have security guy making less than some people at the local fast food places. So yeah, it's not the best money, and which is unfortunate because probably should have more courtroom security, even for the lower courts, because sometimes those get pretty contentious too. And why is this not? Let's let these unravel. All right, now let's try those unraveling. And all right, there we go. And shed 5 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. But yeah, I'll have to go through and see which of the stories I feel comfortable talking about on the air, because since I'm not the originator of the stories, I'll have to look through my notes and see if it's something that's acceptable, if it's something I would have to get permission to talk about. All right, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the top. Oops, looks like this one needs to be reset. Okay, so, all right. There we go. Okay, so, let's see, 1, 2. Okay, so I need to do the top one still. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, what happened there is a single thread from one was actually over a pin, a couple pins down, and makes it hard to braid it when it's split like that. All right, and on the left, let's see. Yep, we got 3 blue lines starting there. And on the left, no exchanges, no reversals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Checksum looks good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I leave work a couple hours early on Thursday. On Friday, I have 3 evictions in the afternoon, which may or may not actually happen. Hopefully, the people are able to pay their back rent and will be able to stay where they are. That's my ideal outcome for evictions. All right, we are on to 33. All right, on the right, we're going to exchange 7 and 11, and shed 6 is reversed. On the left, no exchanges, no reversals. Yeah, again, the pay rate was set probably 40 to 50 years ago. I haven't looked up the exact time, but I know it hasn't changed in well over 30 years. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sure, I can tell you how evictions work where I am. Initially, there is a notice that is sent to the defendant and / tenant. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That there's going to be a hearing because the landlord is either suing for the rent or they're suing for an actual eviction. So depending on how the court case turns out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. And yeah, they are heard in front of a magisterial district judge. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. So if the landlord wins on that, and whether they decided for a we want you out type eviction, or if you pay you can stay type eviction, and the way we constables refer to them as they are either a straight order for possession or straight eviction, which is the landlord wants them out. They may owe money, they may pay or not, but they're still going to be out. Or what we call a pay and stay, which is 99% of the eviction. Well, I haven't really had all that many evictions, so I'd say about 90% of the evictions I deal with are pay and stays as opposed to straight possessions. So when I get the paperwork, I have to fill it out on my end and serve it within 48 hours. Yep, it's supposed to be on the bottom, not the top. And because of the short time frames, both the initial notice for the hearing and for the eviction, if they aren't home when I stop by, it can be posted on the entryway, which is why I have painter's tape in my car all the time. It's been suggested that I use blue tack, but my wife is a custodian at a high school, and she absolutely loathes the blue tack. We're moving on to 34. On the right, we're going to exchange 7, 9, and 11. Sheds 3 and 4 are reversed. On the left, no exchanges, no reversals. And I've been told, essentially, if I try and use it, I'm not allowed back in the house. So I use the blue painter's tape. It also is less likely to damage the property. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once it's posted, I have to count 10 days, starting the next day. And if it lands on a Saturday, Sunday, or holiday, I have to jump one additional day. 7, 8, and 9. That there's going to be an eviction. And while the paperwork I fill out just tells them the day, I also, as a courtesy, 9, 10, also write down the amount of time, or not the amount, the time that I've scheduled the eviction to happen, and if they need to just vacate or if they need to pay or vacate by that time. And then like a day or two ahead of time, I call the landlord, make sure that they will have somebody there when I perform the eviction. And just trying to make sure I get all the details. Also confirm whether or not I actually need to be there, if they've paid or if they've already moved out. I don't need to actually be there for that eviction. So I show up at the time, I knock on the door, make sure the landlord's there, and they've got somewhere where they can change the locks or something like that. Knock on the door, see if the person's there. If it's pay and stay, see if they're able to pay. If not, I let them know that they need to leave, and which may involve some discussion or whatnot to get them out. If I can point them to any resources they need, I try and do that as well. And then if the landlord decides they want to give an extension, they can, because it is their court order. They can have it enforced or not as they wish. And if the person pays and it's a pay and stay and they still want them out, well, they get to stay because that's the order they got, and it was satisfied by payment. And that's the higher. If they satisfy payment, that's the order is satisfied. And sometimes I've had to, fortunately not very often, I've had to call the local police, because while I am authorized by law to physically remove them, they don't train me enough for that. And if I have to do that, they're probably going to wind up in jail, because there's a likely chance that they're going to hit me back or something along those lines, which in this state does qualify as assault on a law enforcement officer. And I really don't want to do that to anybody, especially not on probably the worst day of their year, if not their decade type thing. So it's a job I know that needs to be done, but I try and do it in a as fair and non-confrontational method as I can. Like I said, I haven't ever actually had to get physical with anybody, and the police haven't arrested anybody. I did have one time where a person needed to be committed because they were obviously in serious need of mental health support, and and the property was essentially sold, and they couldn't stay at that point. So also, when the eviction is done, the tenant, if they haven't gotten everything out up to that point, has 10 days to make arrangements to have to pick up their property. If they do make arrangements within 10 days, the landlord needs to hold on to it for 30 days. Not necessarily an apartment. They just have to make sure that it's safe until the tenant can pick it up within 30 days. And I don't oversee any of that. Just make sure that both sides are aware that that's what's included in the order as well. It's, I believe, required by statute, but it's listed specifically in the order for possession. And that's essentially how I handle evictions. So, sorry, I haven't been braiding. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything on that. I hope that answers that question for you. And yes, my wife has spent more time than she would like having to clean it off the walls when it's like half dissolved into oil and it tears off the paint or the wallpaper or parts of the brick. Well, I'm glad I was able to provide that information. Yeah, it is not a fun part of the job, but it is part of the job. And I have been reelected since I originally was the only person voting for me. So it's the job my community has voted for me to do. So, and I figure if somebody isn't willing to do it in as professional and caring a manner as they can, people who won't be as professional might wind up doing it. And it's kind of how things have to work. And I also look at it from the other end. Like a lot of the people that I'm doing evictions for, this is like the only property they own other than their own home. And a lot of them have mortgages on it. So if they're not able to rent it out, and in a lot of cases, some of these get pretty well damaged by the time I'm doing the eviction, they're potentially looking at, bankruptcy and possibly losing their own home as well. So it's not a fun thing, but it's a necessary thing, and it does go before a judge. And so, all right, so 3 and 4 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. That checksum looks good. some reason, I keep burping tonight. Sorry about that. And 1 and 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Oh yeah, tomorrow I also have to get my allergy shot again. So I'm probably going to crash early tomorrow as a result. All right, and on the left, no exchanges, no reversals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. I have also been told by people who I believe are the ones that help keep track of the statistics that any constable who has died in the line of duty, so to speak, has done so performing an eviction. So that's essentially the most dangerous part of that particular job. All right. Thank you very much. And yes, specifically, that is the look that Dani wanted there. She wanted it to look like the key sword from Kingdom Hearts, or at least reminiscent of that. All right, so 4 and 4. Okay, we are ready for the next move. And on to 35. Going to exchange 7, 11, and 13 on the right. Sheds 3 and 5 are reversed. No exchanges, no reversals on the left side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11, 12, and 13. There we go. And sheds 3 and 5 are reversed. I don't know why my wrist is itching. I don't know if it's just because it's dry out or I rubbed it against something I'm allergic to or what. All right, so 1 and 2 on the bottom and 3 on the top and 4. Hold on, let me see. And 4 on the bottom and 5 on the top and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. That one probably going to need a retensioning in the not too distant future. Should be good for now, though. And on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the left. Checksum is good. And it's time for a coma slide again. Okay, Valistar, Eva, you have a good evening. Thank you very much. There we go. And we are ready for the next move. On to 36. We're going to exchange 5, 9, 13, and 15. And shed 6 is reversed. On the left, no exchanges, no reversals, but we're about ready to start the next snowflake. And before we do that, it is coma slide time. And 5, 9, 13, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Nine, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, and 15. And shed 6 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. 6 on the top. And 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the top. And 6 on the bottom. And 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And on the left, there's one here that looks like it's partially cut around another pin and stuck between the, there we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. So I'm going to go ahead and probably finish my last online course on Saturday. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on top. And I will probably stream Saturday afternoon once the class is done. I might even go into the evening. I want to get a decent amount of time in on this. And we are ready for the next move. Thank you, Gwen. Looks like most everybody's headed over to Ian. We're down to about 6, 7 people. Let me check Rumble Rents. Got about 5 people watching over on Rumble. That's pretty nice. If you guys want to chat, I do try and check fairly regularly. So, and let's see. All right. So, okay. Did I forget to bring it down? All right. So we're on. I apologize. That on to the next move. We're going to exchange 7, 11, and 15 on the right. Sheds 4 and 7 are reversed. And we're reversing sheds 4, 5, and 6 on the left, but no exchanges. Now, there we go. Hopefully I don't forget to do that again. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oops. Looks like I cut one of the blue threads. Accidentally. There we go. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There we go. And sheds 4 and 7 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and 4 on the top, and 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and excuse me, 5 and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. And let me bring this back a little bit. That definitely looks very nice now that it's had a chance to tighten up. All right, let's move that back there. And on the left, we're exchanging sheds 4, 5, and 6. So 1, 2, and 3 on the bottom. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6 on the top. And let's see, so 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good there. When there's no color changes, it's a little confusing. Gotta spend a little bit extra care counting. Use both hands, fingers, and toes. And 1, 2, 3 on the top. 2, 3 on the top. And 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. Let's see, just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. There we go. Wow, I'm down to 3. I know where I rank in the hierarchy tonight. No worries on that. And we are on to 38. So on the right, we're going to exchange 11 and 13. Shed 5 is reversed. And on the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 9. And shed 6 is reversed. Yeah, I just hope everybody enjoys it on the replay. So hello to the replay crew. All right, so 11 and 13 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, and 13. And shed 5 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good there. There we go. And on the left, can exchange 1 and 9. So there's 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And shed 6 only is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on top. And oops, looks like I had one jump pin again. Let's see where that one is. It's not that one, but it is that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 5 on the bottom, and nope. Let's try that again. 6 is the one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top, and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. Next snowflake is starting on the left. All right, we are ready for 39. Going to exchange 1, 9, 11, or 1, 9, 13, and 17 on the right. Sheds 1, 6, and 8 are reversed. And on the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 11, and sheds 1, 6, and 7 are reversed. And 1. Yeah, I think maybe it's just my allergies acting up. It's been almost 2 weeks since my last shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And sheds 1, 6, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top, and checksum is good. There we go. And on the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 11. So there's 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Roll that one just a little bit. And sheds 1, 6, and 7 reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7 on the top, And 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. The 1 was a little bit too short, so let's unroll that one a bit. There we go. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And we're ready for the next move. I'm going to check real quick, see if anybody's chatting on the Rumble side. And yeah, we got one person watching there right now. Jump to live there. Okay. And switch back to here. And whoops. On to move 40. Going to exchange 1, 3, 9, 11, 15, and 19. Sheds 1, 7, and 8 are reversed. And on the left, we're exchanging 1, 3, 9, and 13. Shed 4 is reversed. So, 1 on the right. So 1, 2, and 3. Nine, 11, 15, and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9, 10. Roll this one a little bit. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. There we go. And sheds 1, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the bottom. And 7 and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top, and 7 and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top, and checksum is good. There we go. And on the left, we're exchanging 1, 3, 9, and 13. So there's 1. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. There we go. And just shed 4 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and 4 on the top, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. Been about an hour and a half at it. We're at move 40, so I might go up to 45 or 44. Let's see where we go from there. Hey, we're getting some more people jumping back in. On to 41. And we're going to exchange 1, 3, 11, 13, and 17 on the right. Sheds 1 and 5 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 11, and 15, and shed 8 is reversed. Let's see where I set my soda. Give it a swig here. Oh, I've used my elliptical twice in the last 3 days for about 10 to 15 minutes each time. So I'm feeling good about that. All right, so 1, 3, 11, 13, and 17. So there is 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11. Oh, and I will definitely be doing a stream Thursday night. So 11, 12, and 13. $13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Getting close to finishing up this snowflake on the right. And sheds 1 and 5 are reversed, so 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And on the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 11, and 15. So 1 and 3. We're going to be exchanging mostly 1 and 3 on left and right for a while. This is the upright of the cross that's coming up next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can count that wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I did. And 11. There we go. Unroll these, a couple of these a little bit more. Don't want them to hit the rail. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Partially jumped the pen. Okay, got that fixed. And shed 8 is the element that's getting reversed here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. A couple of these hit the rail anyway. Let's roll just a little bit more. And this one passes on through. There we go. And we are ready for 42. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 3, and 5. And 13, 15, and 17. Sheds 1 and 6 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 3, and 11 and 15 again. And sheds 5 and 6 are reversed. Oops, forgot to show that. I'm sorry if I'm getting out of sequence there. My apologies. All right, so 1, 3, and 5 on the right. Actually, this should be rolled up a little bit more. All right, there's the 1. One, 2. And 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 13, 14. 15, 16, and 17. And sheds 1 and 6 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Some looks good. That one needs a bit more of an unroll, though. There we go. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4 on the top. Oh, sorry, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on top. Checksum looks good. Also, people who are watching on the replay crew, please feel free to ask any questions you want to on the in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. All right, so let me just double check that. So 1 and 6. So 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4. 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top. And looks like that one jumped a pin. I'm wondering if that's what I'm seeing. 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, and 8 on the top. Is that good? Oops, if I grab the whole thing. Yep, that looks good. Okay. And on the left, we're exchanging 1, 3, 11, and 15. So there's 1. Oops, had one jump a pin here. Let's put that back. So 1, 2, and 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And sheds 5 and 6 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Check that is good. One of these is a little short. Let's unroll that a bit. And on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Check some that's good. That one's also a bit short. There we go. Pass this one on through. Looking good. And we are ready for move 43. All right, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 13, and 17 on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. On the left, we're exchanging 1 and 3, 13 and 17. Shed 6 is reversed. So 1 and 3. There's 1 and 3, and then 13 and 17. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And just shed 1 is reversed. There we go. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Check some looks good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Check some looks good. There we go. And on the left, we're exchanging 1, 3, 13, and 17. There's 1 and 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And shed 6 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Check some looks good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Check some is good. Passing that on through. And patterns look good. All right, we are ready for the next move. On to 44. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 17, and 19. Shed 1 is reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 3 and 15. And sheds 1, 6, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3 on the right. And I can cheat because I know these ones are the ones that are getting swapped out from the color chart. And because it's the end of the snowflake. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 on the top and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. There we go. And 1 on the bottom and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And on the left, we're exchanging 3 and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And there we go. And sheds 1, 6, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. And 6, 7, and 8 on the top. And 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 on the bottom. And 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top. And 6 and 7 and 8 on the bottom. 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And it is time for a coma slide. All right. So, I'm going to quickly show the next move. On to 45. All right, we're going to exchange none on the right, no shed reversals. On the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 17, and sheds 1 and 2 are reversed. All right. Take a quick check on the underside. Okay. All right. Let's get it in focus. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, looks good. Let's see. All right, looks good there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I showed the next move. So no exchanges or reversals on the right. So 1. Whoops. Let's roll this up a little bit too. All right. Back a little bit so the white bounce doesn't kill it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And whoops, sorry, and 9. There we go. Now the checksum looks right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. And on the left, 1 and 17. So there's 1 and 17. And sheds 1 and 2 are reversed, so 1 and 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. Gonna check Rumble real quick, see if anybody's chatting over there. No chats, about 2 people watching. All right, so next move, on to 46. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 3, and 5. Sheds 1 and 2 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 5, and sheds sheds 2 and 3 are reversed. All right. Okay, so 1, 3, and 5 on the right. There's the 1. That needs a bit of a drop down. And 1, 2. You can untwist. There we go. And that is 3. Don't know if you can hear the mixer on downstairs. My wife is cooking. Something caramel related. And there we go. And sheds 1 and 2 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Yep. And on the left, we're going to exchange 1 and 5. There's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And sheds 2 and 3 are reversed, so 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum looks good. And 1 on the top, and 2 and 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. We're making pretty good time. It's been about 1 hour and 50 minutes, and we've had 26 moves. Let's see if we can do a few more. On to 47. Going to exchange 1 and 7 on the right. Sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 5, and 7. Sheds 3 and 4 are reversed. So 1 and 7 on the right. There's the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And sheds 1 and 3 are reversed, so 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Pass this on over. And 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And passing that on through. On to the left, 1, 3, 5, and 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Part of that one. Okay, there we go. Got all of that one there now. And sheds 3 and 4 are reversed, so 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Passed on through. And 1 and 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And on to the next one. 48. We're going to exchange 1, 3, 5, and 9. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. And Tom is 1, 3, 7, 9, 11. Exchange on the left. Sheds 4 and 5 are reversed. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm probably going to go about about 2 hours, and I'll probably stop it after move 49. So I'm almost there. All right, so 1, 3, 5, and 9 on the right. So there's 1. And 3, 4, 5 on the right, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So 1 on the top, 2 and 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, and 4 on the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And on the left, 1, 3, 7, 9, and 11 are exchanged. So there's 1. Roll this one a little bit more. And 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And sheds 4 and 5 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 4 and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. All right. And on to our last move for the evening. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 7, and 11. And sheds 1, 5, and 6 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 9, and 11. And sheds 5 and 6 are reversed. So 1, 3, 7, and 11. So there's 1. 1, 2. And 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Hey, Kumihimo Steve. You have a hope wasn't too horrible for you. I'm only going to be on another couple minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night myself. I do have to get up relatively early in the morning. All right, so sheds 1, 5, and 6 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. The checksum is good. But we've been fairly quiet here. Chat's been kind of slow, but I've been making good progress with the braiding. All right, so 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, and 4 on the top, and 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And 1, 3, 9, and 11 on the left. So there's 1. Needs a little bit of a drop down. Now, I'll definitely be checking Ian out later, but we'll have to see how it goes. So 1, 2, and 3 on the left, and then 9 and 11. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10, and 11. There we go. And sheds 5 and 6 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Got 30 moves done in 2 hours, which is really good speed. So I'm really happy with how it's been turning out tonight. And yep, there we go. All right, cross is looking pretty good. Snowflakes turned out okay. They look nice and symmetrical. All right. I think that's pretty much everything. We hit about 2 hours. Let me check Rumble one last time. Nobody's chatting there, though we are up to about 3 people watching. Hello, Rumble peeps. You have a good evening, and we'll catch you again on Thursday night. All right, let me... Oh, yeah, I was going to... All right, so we'll start move 50 on Thursday night. I might run later because I don't have to get up that early Friday morning. Going to exchange 1, 3, 9, and 13 on the right. Sheds 1 and 6 are reversed. And we're almost done with that crossbar there. And then on the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, and 13, and shed 6 is reversed. We're ending there, and we're almost done with the cross down there. So we are making some pretty good speed here. All right. So everybody who's watching live, thank you very much. For those that catch it on the replay crew, hope you have a good evening or a good time watching it too. Yep, you have a good one, Kumihimo, Steve, and we'll see you all on Thursday. So everybody stay safe and happy braiding.